Hello and welcome back to another video. This is Speed Devils on the Sega Dreamcast, and this is probably a pretty average racing game that I've spent a great deal of time actually playing, because to me it's everything that I want in a sort of quick to play racing game. It's very much in the guise of a Sega arcade release. There is a more in-depth mode, a career mode if you like, and while it loads I'll just show you the case. So I actually picked this up on eBay, and it's just a disc and the manual sits in a spanky case because I'm a man who has many a spare CD case now, and I paid £4 for that delivered, so I was quite pleased with that. So yeah, that's the game. In the career mode, you sort of start off with a lesser vehicle. You have to buy upgrades as you would expect. You can eventually install nitrous and various other technologies such as radar jammers, and the list goes on and on. You can also get sort of wagering bets that you get offered between races who have to meet certain parameters, such as, you know, beat the speed, you know, break the speed limit when you go past a camera, or finish first in a race, or ensure somebody else doesn't get above third, or lots of different kind of things. Certainly adds to the tension of the race. In terms of racing itself, it's very simplistic. It's as you would kind of expect. I've not actually played it with a steering wheel, although I think this would lend itself well to that. So I've actually picked up a couple more Dreamcasts recently, and if we do get to the end of this race, when it's time to show another one, I'll let you know what they are during the loading screen, but don't get yourself too excited because they are very common games. Just two that I fancied trying. Yeah, this game's got a cool soundtrack. It's got little nuances that sort of make it fitting for the stage. There's a track in Nevada, and I guess unsurprisingly, you know, you sort of get aliens and UFOs flying by. It's very tongue-in-cheek, this game. It certainly doesn't take itself seriously. And I believe there's also an online variant of this, which I would imagine is a lot of fun. I did look into getting myself the kit, the Raspberry Pi and whatnot, to actually play Dreamcast online. It's certainly something I'm kind of interested in. The list of games isn't massive, and I think you're probably better off getting a GDMU, so you can at least have access to all the titles. But it would be cool. So I'm going to hit the old nitrous, because first seems to just absolutely flew away. There's lots of different cars to unlock. Oh, everything really that you would expect. You know, there's shortcuts. You ever see King Kong? A rather polygonated King Kong, may I add. So there's a good old T-Rex here. I think this game does rather cleverly, if that's even a word, that I've seen quite a few Dreamcast games do actually, is that there's not a massive amount of tracks, but what it does to vary it up is it changes the time of day and the weather conditions, and it really does play out well, because the tracks feel familiar yet, you know, refreshingly different at the same time. And the Dreamcast, I mean, I'm not sure how well it actually shows on my capture, but the lighting on some of these games, it looks absolutely brilliant. Just something about it. I don't know how to explain it really. Just a very bright console in terms of the games. And I've been thinking about this a bit recently. The Dreamcast, it's almost, You know, it is in between the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2, and it is like a PlayStation 1 on steroids. A lot of these simple games. On the PlayStation 1, you know, there was loads of like clipping and jagged edges, whereas the Dreamcast just mastered it, didn't it? Perfectly smooth. Pretty much on par with what you were seeing at the time in the arcades, which was what everyone was aiming at. And this system just properly knocks it out of the park. And I think we could say goodbye to first place unless I do an extreme amount of nitrous in. No, I don't think we're going to see hiding a hair of him. Also in the career mode you do get damage, which can be quite annoying because you end up spending loads of money on fixing your car. Well, I've got a bit of a thing for American Dreamcast games at the minute because I've currently got the American Dreamcast plugged in, so you can occasionally get them for a decent price. Of course, all these things can vary. Sort of got to be in the right place at the right time, I guess. But it's nice to know that they're going to play in 60 Hz and load straight away, no need for a boot disc or anything like that. I kind of regret not buying the multi-region sort of mod for the Dreamcast. I remember once there was one for sale and it was the board and everything. I could have just easily transferred it, and for some reason I didn't buy it, and I kind of wish I did now because it is a bit of a pain in the arse. What is going on here? Yeah, okay. God, it wasn't happy with me putting nothing in, was it? Simply wasn't good enough. So there we go. So I'll have a look at another track. If I can get out of this menu. I'll go with a different car. Or not. Okay, let's go with that. I've been to Hollywood. Well, being as I mentioned Nevada, I suppose it's best to race there. So I'll show you these other two games. Don't get excited. If I can find the thing, of course. Which I can't currently. Where's it gone? Ah, there it is. Found it. Right, two games I picked up. One of them is an American Dreamcast game. And if my lips are out of sync, it's just a nightmare. But it's Iron Aces. Once again, you can see we've got a spanky case here. That was $4.99. And knock up my microphone. Aero Wings. Oh, it's all going wrong because the race has already started now. Yeah, Aero Wings, which disappointingly will only play at 50 Hz. When I try it on American Dreamcast, it's got this black line going across the front, which is really annoying. But nevertheless, unfortunately, they're in Nevada in the dark, which is not ideal. So they have got different camera views in this game. I do actually prefer this view I'm in now. Well, this car seems a bit quicker. Ooh. Mount Rushmore. There was actually a little shortcut down the right hand side. Unfortunately I didn't take it. It's hard to see in the dark. But yeah, them flying games. Aero Wings. Is it called Aero Wings? Yeah, Aero Wings. I played that for far too long. I literally spent about an hour and a half playing through like about half of the training missions. It was annoying but addictive. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I do strangely like it. I'd like to get the American version. And the other game, Iron Aces, really had low expectations. got right slated online. And to be honest, it's not too bad. It's a little bit different for a combat flight game. The aim and reticule thing's a bit weird. But the 3 missions I've played through so far, admittedly it may well get further frustrating. I thought were pretty decent. It's a bit weird because there's literally no speech in the game. I'm not kidding you. Through none of the cutscenes or anything, there's no speech. And even when you're playing the game, like all the messages is just text. Oh man, that's not going to do the front lights any good. It's just text, which is bizarre. There's the army. They're coming in now, so they're not happy. Shouldn't be racing on these roads. Yeah, I think I actually overpaid on that aero wings. It's a bit of a regretful purchase. Never go on eBay after you've had a few beers. I think I ended up paying about £8 something. It did come extremely well packaged though, and the guy like sent it via some sort of Royal Mail. It cost about £3.50. So it certainly didn't hold back in terms of postage. So I guess when you bear that in mind, oh my word. When you bear that in mind, it wasn't too badly priced, I guess. This Nevada in the dark is not good. Well, it's okay, but oh man, it's not okay if you're not going the right way. Have I still got lights? I could be relying on following somebody else. I think the way I've been bashing into the walls. Oh, I'm surprised I've still got back lights. I don't think I have got front lights. I'm not even joking. It's not a surprise. Nice little upbeat number here though. Thinking of Bruno Mars, thinking of your 2 CDs that I sacrificed for cases yesterday whilst I was going through them CDs. That took up a large proportion of my life. I think I must have spent about 2 hours. I went through every single CD case I've got. I replaced probably 30, 40, and then I went through all my games as well, and I probably replaced 5 or 6 of those. So definitely working out to be a good thing, all those free CDs. I've just left a few that are still in the case. I'm just going to check with a lot of my parents and a few of my friends in case there's anything there they might actually want. But I did stick about 6 or 7 CDs in my car. I'm still rocking a CD player in my car. I don't like MP3 players. I've got a problem with them. And phone music, I've got a problem with it. Because when you plug it in to like a hi-fi, the levels, it's lower. Doesn't matter what you do, it's lower. I don't know what it is. It doesn't sound as good, I'm telling you. I've got like a half-right amplifier at work, and I've got a mini CD player. Well, it's not mini, because it's as big as a CD and more. But anyway, I've got a CD player, and you plug it in there with the old line out, and it's booming. But you plug in my MP3 player or either of my 2 phones, it's not the same. It's not got it. It's not got the balls. So yes, I've still got the CD player in the car. That's what I'm basically saying. I've got no problem with it. I like it. Oh, you Fruit Loop! I can't believe that. Well, I can believe it. It's a video game. It's not real life. So I'd be in a lot of trouble if it was. That was the Nevada State Police. My life would have been in tatters. Would have been the end of the road. Hey, we all seen that. Oh, forget it. I'll just hit the wall, mate. Go, gadget. Oh, you know the way, don't you? Oh, of course I do. Turn right by the castle. Then left. Oh, I'll go through the Rainbow Bridge. Yeah. Oh, I like it's like the back of my hand. In my defence, I have got the curtains open. So getting a bit of sunlight in, unbelievably. There's some sunlight in the UK. Got to make the most of it. Top up on my UV rays. What was that, vitamin D or something? How can that car beat me? It looks like a Lada. Yeah, well, got lights. I've got lights again. I think the lights might have grown back. I think he just saves them for really dark areas of the road. When he's by the casinos and that, he doesn't need to have them lights on. Right lights in the city are enough. Well, I'm telling you, this is the bad downhill section, so best not to hit nitrous. And I fully agree. This game's tying in well, actually. This level's tying in well with the World Series of Poker video that I made. I also spent a great deal of time playing that game recently. I actually had a game where for the first 5 or 6 hands I just annihilated. Unfortunately I didn't catch it on camera, which is probably why it actually happened. I mean, as you can really see, I suppose, going back to this game, it is just your bells and whistles sort of basic racing game with some weird sort of track variations going on as you continue through. Not a big fan of this nighttime level, have to attest to that. I'm surprised I've only hit 15,000 walls. I thought it possibly could have been more. Where's the Nevada State Police? They were patrolling here earlier. I think it's when I go through the plane they don't like it. Oh my god. Oh my, I am off the track. Where am I? Oh yeah, see you later boys. Stealthed them. They thought it was a big rabbit. No. It was my Aston Martin type Le Mans car. Doesn't seem to be a great deal of elastic banding in this game either. It'll work out alright if you manage to get ahead, but obviously if you fall behind, it really does make the game quite annoying. I don't think I'm ever going to get these turns right, am I? I think if there was 15 laps, I would still hit most of the walls. Look at the fireworks there, that's a lovely touch. Oh, bloody fireworks. Grinding drivers, you can't see. You know, hit the bloody wall there. There's a shortcut here, I've seen it on the radio. There we go. There's the finish line. Well, that was grueling. I don't think we want to watch the replay of that. Oh, now it's brightened up. That's not good. 17 minutes this game drags, doesn't it? But yeah, easy going game. I'd recommend it. Only if you can get it cheap. I wouldn't go over your odds paying it. It'd probably be a lot of fun online. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Unless I do one more track because that one was so dark. Oh, the temptation's kind of there. It's going to make it a 25-minute extravaganza, I would have thought. I think we're going to have to go with that. Mexico. I don't know how people say it. Yeah, well, I should have saved one of the games, shouldn't I? For the third reveal. Well, it doesn't matter. Like I say, nothing too exciting, really. Just some interesting games to try out, I guess. Oh, bloody rain now. We're in the desert. Raining. Oh, and it's foggy. Well, let's see if it brightens up. I suppose we can look at them different camera views. Let's look behind. Holy moly. Is this the sort of thing that usually happens in Mexico? Well, I briefly went through the camera views there. Go on. God, this old girl's a bit of a beast. Oh, that sped him up considerably. How's your number plate? Still there? No, not anymore. What's happening here? I'll have to go Dukes of Hazzard style now. Get out of town. This thing's a brute. What the? Take it, don't go through there. Don't know what that does to your tyres. Probably gives them a little bit more grip. There's a handbrake button in this game. I wonder if I need to be utilising that whilst cornering. Oh, that's a corner. Oh yeah. Oh Neil, they will slow you down. Ooh. I would say the track design's quite good, but as you can see, I'm very good at hitting the walls. That's handbrake, it seems a bit too much. Maybe I held the button down too long. There we go, lap 2. Things are really kicking off. The birds are big in Mexico, aren't they? And they breathe fire. So you can see why they want to build a wall now. Some of the stuff that's happening over there, it's terrible. Yeah, it's just not safe having that wandering around. I'm not sure what's supposed to have happened there. This is like a meteor strike. It would seem like a weird place to have a racetrack running directly through the middle of a big rock. But again, this is a video game, so expect to at least go into some red hot lava at some point. And to see some campers. Camper vanners. Tell the camper vanners because they're chucking a load of rubbish around everywhere. Oh yeah, he's hitting as well. Oh, he's having a bad time. Hello, son. Oh. Right, hold on. Can't be having this. Brute's gonna have to push him off. I remember this being a bad idea last time. Oh, not the same outcome though. Here could be. Oh, come on, baby. I'm out of the turbos. The nitrous oxide has run dry. We're all out of the barrel. I'll go through Castle Grey School now. Take a left handbrake turn through Castle Grey School. Watch out! Holy rollers! Big boulders flying by. Splash of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And on to lap 3. Well, what will happen now? How's the dragon doing? Not bad at all. So there's no nitrous, just all out racing. You can see first place is miles away on the complicated map that is at the top of the screen. I've really got to hope that it crashes. All I've got to hope for is that the camper van crew sort this guy out. And that's what we're aiming for. Or the big boulder mows him over. Is that mows him over? I don't think that's a word. Didn't go in the fire though. I think that's where first position is gained all of the time. He continually didn't go in the fire. Go on, get mowed up in that. No. Damn. Let's go the other way, let's hope the bridge is faster. Got the left-hander. It's a left, it's a left. No, not a wall. Oh, man. Damn. Gotta wait for something amazing now. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, nice slam. Slam jam. Oh. barrels are heavier than they look. Right-hander. Easy right. Through Castle Grayskull. Shot left-hander. Oh, front, who's left that there? Oh, sorry about that, old bean. I must say, I've made a bit of a mistake. I do apologise for the damage to your car. I hope that it's repairable and that you make it back to your wife and children safely. But in the meantime, I'm going to get second place. I wonder what happened to third. I wonder if he made it back home safely. All this and more are questions you'll have to answer yourself. It doesn't look like we're going to get to see the answer. Is he anywhere to be seen? He's gone. So that's it. That's the end of the video. Still didn't get any good lighting conditions, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But yeah, Speed Devils. It's alright. It's a fun way to waste an hour.